Are you considering choosing curtains for your home? If you are, stick with me. I'm going to share a few tips before you purchase those curtains. And make sure you are subscribed for weekly design videos and hit the bell so you're notified every Thursday when I release a new video. Okay, choosing curtains. I'm actually doing this right now myself, so I thought it would be fun to be able to take you through the journey and some of the thought process I'm going through that I hope is helpful. First tip is you really want to think about how you want your space to feel. So I always say choose a few words. Do you want it to feel relaxed? Do you want it to feel vibrant? Do you want it to feel welcoming? Do you want it to feel warm? And that's going to dictate the material choice you choose for your curtains. So for example, in my place, I want it to feel warm, I want it to feel welcoming, I want it to feel casual, I want it to feel relaxed. So that has brought me to the fabric of linen that I think is gonna work well. And if you can, what I did is actually ordered some samples of linen in different forms and textures and colors that I can try out, that I can put against the window, see how it works with the rest of the furnishings. And this is gonna really help dictate the choice. Now, if you wanted something more formal, if you wanted something more luxurious, then maybe you'd be choosing a velvet, or maybe you'd be choosing a silk, or a mixture of the linen with the cotton. But again, knowing how you want your place to feel will help you in that fabric choice. The second tip is, are you gonna go with color and or pattern? So things to consider with this is, do you want your window to be a focal point? So if you go with color and pattern, then your window is gonna be this amazing focal point. So you can see I actually ordered one of this sample because I was thinking, well, maybe I wanna go with pattern. I don't think I am, because I don't want the window to be a focal point, but I think this would be really beautiful. There's one here that I'm considering for a client, again, that I think would be beautiful. It's got this really cool pattern to it that would just, again, be beautiful and a focal point in any room. So color and pattern, focal point. If you don't want it to be a focal point, I just want mine kind of warm and welcoming and to enhance the window, then don't. I'm gonna go with, again, probably a simple neutral fabric. Tip number 3 is length. Now, you do not want your curtains too short. It's like wearing, pants, they're too short. So you really wanna measure. If you're having them custom, then someone will probably come measure for you, but if you're measuring yourself, a couple tips to think about. I would say hang the rod as high as possible. Why? Because this will make your ceiling appear taller. So the rule of thumb is to hang the rod between the window casing and the ceiling. I say go up as close to the ceiling as you can. Again, it'll just make the ceiling appear that much longer. You then want to consider how you want the curtains to hang when they're on the floor. So what I mean by this is, do you want to just kind of skim the floor, which is a little bit more of a modern contemporary look? Do you want it to kind of puddle the floor and have more of a romantic look? Do you want them really long and it's more formal? So again, that's something you want to measure out. Tip number 4 is width. So you know now how you want it to feel, you know your fabric choice, you know your length, you gotta know your width. So again, I would say if you're measuring, add 4 to 8 inches on each side for the material. The reason is the more material, the fuller the curtains are, just the better it looks around your window. And a little tip that I do quite often is I will double up on the panels. So if you are buying pre-made panels, they come 2 in a pack usually, double up. That one pack is one side of the window. It'll just make it look that much more full, and it makes the pre-made curtains look more custom. And then last but not least, that brings me to my last point, which is, are you gonna go pre-made or are you gonna go custom? Both great, fine options. So the advantage of pre-made is it's a lot more cost effective. It's a lot more cost effective, and it can be quite quick. A lot of times you can go into the store or order online and get it quite quickly. What I will say with that, a few things to consider is make sure again to measure it out. So you don't want the curtains too short. So make sure in length that it's really gonna work with your window. I would again double up on the panels. So make sure to have 2 panels per side, and make sure that the color and fabric is something that really speaks to you and to your room as well. And then there's custom, which, I mean, custom's custom. It's great. You're gonna get exactly what you want. Someone's gonna come in and measure for you. You're gonna be able to choose the material that you want. If there's any specialty items, like you need it to be a certain fabric for the sun or blackout options, again, custom would be able to help you with that. Lengthwise, you can get them to hang exactly as you want. The disadvantage is it is a little more pricier. So both great options, pre-made or custom. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'd love it if you'd share with your family and friends. And before starting any design or decorating project, it's really important to know what your personal style is so you can make the right choices for your home. I've created a free design style quiz and you can link to it below. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.